with the training pipeline. Okay. So let's say this is an ML training pipeline. So this pipeline we are specifically targeting for dev environment. And now the step one is data processing. Step one, that is data processing. In the data processing, what happens? We split data into train, test, and validate. This is how we split the data. Then in step two, there would be a training job. This training job will do what? It will train ML model on the data. Okay. And then there is a step three, that is that we say model evaluation. In the model evaluation, what happens? The matrix are captured, plots, and the reports. Okay. So these three steps will take place where these step one, step two, and step three would be taken place inside SageMaker training pipeline. And in this setup, what happens? Then SageMaker training pipeline starts. Okay, so let me scroll it down and now I'll write it starts SageMaker training pipeline. Starts SageMaker training pipeline. Okay, this is the step. Then it starts training job. Starts training job. Okay, then starts evaluation. Then it runs the evaluation. Evaluation is being run. Then after this step, what happens? It register model. It register the model in the model registry. In model registry. Okay. Once the model is being registered, and how this is registered. So we have SageMaker model registry. Model registry. In the SageMaker model registry, what will happen? There would be an pending approval, okay, and then there would be an approved. This is for register model, and for then for approve model, there is like approved. Okay, so this all is happening inside this particular SageMaker model registry. Then once in how this particular step is being executed, that is reviewed and approved model in Studio. In Studio, in SageMaker Studio, what will happen? Let me scroll it down. So the data scientist will review and approve the model in the Studio. And this once this would be done, then what will happen? Then it will fire a state change event. State change event. State change event, when I'm saying, so what I'm referring here, there would be a model propagation trigger. Model propagation trigger because there is an state change. And this will be taken care, this particular propagation trigger would be taken care by Amazon Event Bridge. Why we have Event Bridge is to schedule the rule. So this Amazon Event Bridge will the state change rule. It will see the state model state change rule. Okay, it will see this particular event, then it will invoke the lambda. It will invoke propagation lambda. Okay, then this after this, what will happen? AWS lambda, the propagation trigger would be taken place. And after this, what will happen? It triggers the GitHub action. It will trigger GitHub Actions. Okay, and it will deploy to pre-prod and prod. Okay, so these are the environment where it will trigger, and this particular trigger will then have the CI/CD workflow. We have GitHub Actions, CI/CD workflow, workflow. Okay, so this is our end goal. Okay, and this data scientist which reviewed and approved the model in the studio, it will also the data scientist will push the code, right? Push code to dev branch. Okay, and once the code is pushed to the dev branch, and GitHub action will picks up the push and calls. So then GitHub action picks up the push and calls Lambda to kick off to kick off SageMaker training job. Maker training job. Okay, so this is how it will happen. Okay, for the monitoring part, in step 3, we are having model evaluation. So that model evaluation and the training job, that will be the logs would be in the Amazon CloudWatch. So in the Amazon for the monitoring, what we're having Amazon CloudWatch, CloudWatch that will have the pipeline execution logs, execution logs. Okay, that is for monitoring, and this is emitted from where? It emits from step 3, like from evaluation, and it also emits from training job, training job. From evaluation and training, the logs are getting emitted and they are stored in the Amazon CloudWatch. When I say about the S3, like we have the S3 for output. So for the output, we have data split. Split is one. Second is evaluation. And the third is model artifact. So these are the three part. And for input, S3 for input, we have just labeled data. Okay, because this particular data is being used and then these three outputs are being stored into S3 bucket. So this is the entire workflow of training pipeline